marquee matchup is Jackson Smith and Gabe Sollers. Jackson Smith, 5th in the country for his weight class for the Maryland Terrapins at 197. I'm excited to watch him and Gabe Sollers of Indiana battle it out. Sollers leads the NCAA in pins with 11, so expect that one later.
As we get started at 125, it is the redshirt senior and Michael Spangler from Wichita, Kansas. 8-6 on the season. He's 1-2 in duels. He'll go up against Tommy Kapoor, the 3-5 redshirt sophomore from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Meet that came down to the wire last year between these two. It was Indiana that got the minor 1-point advantage on tiebreakers. It went all the way to tiebreakers in order for this match to be settled last year in College Park. It's going to be another interesting and electric one here this evening.
Yeah, Kapoor is 1-3 on duels so far this season, looking to get that second win on the year. 0-2 in Big Ten duels. 0-2 rather.
Kapoor with a lot of shot fakes, trying to get Spangler off balance. Spangler, who won his first duel of the year against Tyler Klinsky of Ryder, 13-9. He lost a close 2-1 decision match to Sean Speidel of Central Michigan. First of the Maryville Open this season. Last year, 4-6, his first season in an Indiana singlet. Spent 2 years at Pratt. He's a 2-time national champ, 63-6 in 2 years in the Pratt singlet. Stalemate called, and we're back neutral. And again, this is a matchup that's really going to be interesting moving forward, Charlie, because obviously we have the ranked matchups. As I mentioned, Indiana 5 ranked wrestlers, Maryland with 6. We're going to see 3 ranked matchups today, but it's these 50-50 matchups, 2 unranked guys going at it. These 50-50 matches, these coin flip matches, are going to help determine, I think, more critically, who's going to win this dual meet today.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. These guys could go either way. It's going to be a battle. You look at Tommy Kapoor, has Spangler's elbows and shoulders locked right now on the ground.
Front headlock position for Kapoor. The official calls another stalemate. We will reset in center mat. 49 seconds left in the first period at 125. Kapoor and Spangler.
Spangler, the redshirt senior. He's 8-6 on the season, and he's looking to set the tone for today's contest.
Goes for a single leg. Nice defense by Kapoor again. Once again inside. Nice roll through there from Kapoor, and now he's in a position to score. It's a great reshot by Spangler, but nonetheless Kapoor doing a bit of a funk roll kind of action, and now he's in that peek through position trying to turn around and elevate. Spangler behind the armpits right now, trying to get the 2 called. He's got to get that leg hooked inside of Kapoor. Great action that we've seen so far. Short time in the first period, 5 seconds.
Kapoor battling right now on the mat.
And that is how we will end the first period of action. Scoreless at 125, Michael Spangler and Tommy Kapoor. Kapoor this season, he got his first career dual match victory versus Kevin Lopez of Morgan State. He won that one in a barn burner, 11-10. He's got losses this year to 2 really tough opponents in Anthony Noto of Lock Haven and number 3 Mike D'Agostino of Michigan. You know, again, 125, one of those weight classes that's just stacked this year. But again, something that you can build upon if you're the redshirt sophomore. Obviously, you're going to take your lumps as a younger guy. But if you get those experience with those ranked guys, going to help you with your development later down the line, Charlie.
Tommy Kapoor's coming off a major decision loss against number 24, Brendan McCrone, against Ohio State 2 days ago.
Spangler up and out. He gets the escape, and he draws first blood in this matchup at 125. Our first score, he's up 1-0 over Kapoor. Both wrestlers going hard collar tie, trying to get them moving around. These lighter weights are just so fun to watch, Charlie. They're moving around, they're speedy, they're quick, they're athletic,
agile,
they're agile.
Everything.
Spangler posted on the head, trying to set something up again. Collar tie. Spangler goes for a blast. Doubles the takedown he had against Klinsky of Ryder, just out of bounds. He's unable to keep the feet in, and we go back to center mat. Great job there by Spangler.
Spangler, just such a quick burst, exploding onto the hips of Kapoor. And he was able to get him out of position. Oh, the shoulder drop.
Front headlock again. Spangler trying to work your offense here at this point in time. Obviously, Kapoor trying to look for a slide by or a shuck. Spangler, again, trying to set something up. This is one of the positions that Angel Escobedo was talking about. It's critical for them to get better. Before the Central Michigan dual meet, we were able to sit in on a practice, and they spent an entire practice devoting it to just that one position. It's one of the most popular positions in college wrestling and really folk-style wrestling in general.
And Spangler's keeping the pressure on Kapoor.
Nice single leg shot. It's a warning for stalling on Kapoor. Spangler elevates, trips him down, and gets the takedown. Our first takedown of the meet, it goes to the Hoosiers, and Michael Spangler, he's up 5-0.
Yeah, Spangler's keeping the pressure. He's the one that's kind of dominating this second round. And it shows. He's got Kapoor on the ropes.
A critical takedown in the final seconds of period 2 for Michael Spangler. Up 5 points to 0 over Tommy Kapoor as we enter period 3. And it looks like Alex Clemson and company will have Kapoor start bottom. Try to get up, get that escape point, make it a 5-1 match, a 4-point match, and then try and see what you can do on your feet. And it looks like Spangler is going to cut Kapoor, so it is a 4-point match. We will spend the rest of, at least the start of this period, on our feet. Oh, what a throw by Spangler! Lat drop from Michael Spangler. He's unable to get any near fall points, but he gets the takedown, up 8-1. Fireworks at 125.
And Spangler is getting better as this round continues. No signs of fatigue.
And it looks like at this point in time, Spangler might be hunting for the major decision. He's up 8-1, lets Kapoor go. It's an 8-2 match. Spangler's up 6. If he gets another takedown, he'd be up by 9, and that would be a major decision for Indiana. Bonus points critical when these two teams are so evenly matched, Charlie.
Just over a minute.
Another blast double, sends Kapoor to his butt, and that's another takedown for Spangler. On the edge of the mat, Spangler just content to let himself go out of bounds, and that is quite the performance from Michael Spangler at 125. He cuts Kapoor again. Forget a major, he's looking for a tech fall.
And he's on his way if he continues. Keep applying pressure. He's controlled this match.
Went for an ankle pick, nice defense by Kapoor. Nice sprawl. Kapoor just trying to work around the perimeter and work back inside. Spangler pushing the pressure. Warning for stalling again. That's a point for Spangler. Second warning for Kapoor. And man, Spangler running away with this one. Pretty evenly matched it the first period of action, but Spangler just broke this one open with a handful of takedowns in the second and third period. 30 seconds remaining at 125. Spangler 12, Kapoor 3. Spangler in deep, snatch single. Trying to elevate and trip down, and he does. Spangler's got 15. Short time, 13 seconds, 15-3 for the redshirt senior from Kansas. Ride time not a factor. And what a way to kick off this meet for the Indiana Hoosiers. Michael Spangler with his most impressive performance in a dual meet this season. He beats Tommy Kapoor 15-3. It's a major decision for Indiana. They're up 4-0.
Michael Spangler evens his record at 2-2 with duels on the season. What a great job.
Get his confidence back in these Big Ten duels. Braxton Brown, a pretty dominant performance this season, 12-5 overall. Rooks in deep immediately on a shot. Peek through position. All he's got to do is pop that leg. He's got to get his head out and collect the ankles. Trying to work back around. Crowd here inside Wilkinson Hall wanting a 3. Nothing called yet. Brown doing a great job of holding on to the ankle of Rooks. There's the takedown for Rooks. Man, these Hoosiers have come out swinging hard and fast. As Brown up and around, scramble position for both wrestlers. Trying to get the reversal. Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, Brown trying to work back to the offensive here. Braxton Brown coming off a tech fall loss against Ohio State.
Brown did get the reversal, and he's got Rooks locked up in a Turk. And we saw this happen to Rooks again in the Central Michigan match. And Brown is getting swipes. Braxton Brown, nice job to get the reversal after giving up the early takedown. He adds 4 more with the near fall swipes, and he'll be up 6-3.
And now Brown really giving it to Rooks. He's got his legs locked. And Rooks has no control right now. Braxton Brown.
Brown made his debut at 133 on November 20th this season. He upset Vinny Santinello of Pitt 6-3. Knows he's a pretty impressive wrestler. We know that. He's ranked number 21. He gets 4 more swipes on Rooks. After Michael Spangler came out and got the 15-3 major decision for Indiana, Braxton Brown trying to respond and get Maryland back on the board, maybe to tie this meet up or even take the lead with a tech fall or pin. Near fall swipes once again. Man, that Turk is tight for Braxton Brown. More 4-point near fall for Brown, 14-3 the lead. Sub a minute to go in period 1 at 133. Brown with a minute 25 and counting with riding time. He gets a tilt there, 4 more swipes, and it doesn't even take 1 period for Braxton Brown. He gets the 18-3 tech fall, and it was a major decision for Indiana in the first bout. Maryland responds with one of their ranked wrestlers, and they jump ahead 5-4 in this meet.
And that's so crucial with 6 ranked wrestlers on this team.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
That's going to be warned for stalling. And again, you know, another one of the rule changes this offseason, Charlie, you know, it's no longer just enough to just stay on top of a guy and try and ride and get that riding time. The officials want you to actively work to try and get a pin, get near fall points, anything like that. Miller kind of just hanging out on top, and the official warned him for stalling.
It's more of an offensive-minded approach that has come to college wrestling. A takedown moving to 3 points. Stalling rules have changed, and the landscape around college wrestling it's becoming more offensive-oriented. And it's starting to impact how wrestlers game plan.
It was something that Angel Escobedo talked about with us after kind of recapping the Rutgers and Penn State duels. He said, quote, "We got our butts kicked as Fongaro scores first at 141. He finally gets up and gets the escape with less than a minute to go at 141. It was Cal Miller that was able to accumulate 1 minute and 13 seconds of riding time. So if he's able to hold on to that and keep it above a minute or right at a minute, he will get a 1-point advantage at the end of this match. But Angel Escobedo said they didn't score enough points. He felt really confident about them heading into those duels, about scoring on their feet, really working around, getting takedowns, getting scores, getting points. But you just didn't see that a whole lot against Rutgers and Penn State. Obviously, 2 of the premier programs in the Big Ten and, you know, college wrestling this season specifically. But he said, as Ava mentioned, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you keep going. You're able to learn from it, and he's really excited about this squad as they continue to move forward. They got a 3-meet home stretch right now of 3 home meets in a row that they can really build momentum on, and he said 3 winnable dual meets, pretty critical for them.
And that's the exact mindset you need. When you're in the Big Ten gauntlet, finding wins are not easy. They are hard to come by. Like we saw a 46-0 loss to Penn State. That is going to happen against some of the best programs in the country, but if you can stay relentless and keep fighting back, that's how you compete in this conference.
And Fongaro burns the riding time down below a minute for Miller. Great job, the strategy from Dan Fongaro, and then he lets him go. So now it's a 1-1 match at this point in time. No riding time advantage for Miller. It's who's going to be able to get in and get that takedown. Remember, Miller has already been warned for stalling.
How about Cal Miller here?
Fongaro went for a little different kind of takedown move there, trying to get a little bit wild on that one, and Miller able to just collect both the ankles and get Fongaro for the takedown. And now Miller's gonna go into a high crotch elevate and plant Fongaro on the edge of the mat as we go out of bounds. A huge takedown for Miller in the final couple minutes here at 141.
Yeah, Cal Miller has really turned it on this 3rd period. And when you're ranked 14th in the country for your weight class, that's what you're expected to do here on the road. After coming out of Columbus 2 nights ago, they're here in Bloomington. Looks like fatigue hasn't worried Cal Miller at all.
Cal Miller's already had a handful of ranked W's this season, as Fongaro goes for the switch. Great job by Miller, able to keep his hips compact and tight to Fongaro. Less than a minute to go. Fongaro running out of time at 1:41. Miller this season has beaten Cole Matthews of Pitt 12-4, as well as in sudden victory 4-1. They wrestled twice this season, and he beat Josh Edmond of Missouri in that Edmond match. He won his second straight Tiger-style championship in his hometown. Went to tiebreakers in that one. 5-4 Maryland over Indiana, 4-1 Miller over Fongaro. 20 seconds left. If you're Fongaro, you gotta go. The heavy hips of Miller starting to weigh down Fongaro. Over 2 minutes of riding time for Cal Miller. Fongaro at this point trying to just go for a big move here.
And he doesn't have the strength.
Miller gets hit with stalling once again. It's 4-2, but it's not gonna matter. Cal Miller wins our first ranked head-to-head matchup, kind of telling his bench to quiet it down a little bit, looking around here in Wilkinson Hall, telling them to quiet it down. And Maryland, after losing the first match to Indiana, they've won the next two. Miller wins a tight one against Fongaro 4-2, and Maryland will be up 8-4. Now we see Graham Rooks and Ethan Miller, a brother duo on both sides. Rare to see in college wrestling, Charlie, but just remarkable. And, you know, sometimes your brother's your best wrestling partner.
Yeah, how exciting is this? You don't get to see that a lot.
Not only in practice and wrestling practice, but also kind of growing up just wrestling around the house too, right? You know, that's where they—
That's every brother ever.
Exactly, it's kind of for the younger brothers anyway. It's kind of like a survival instinct at that point in time, kind of learning how to wrestle your brother. So Michael Spangler got the 15-3 major decision over Tommy Kapoor, 125. Maryland's won 2 straight, an 18-3 tech fall from Braxton Brown, and then a 4-2 decision, Cal Miller over Dan Fongaro. Cal Miller moves to 11-1 on the season, only lost 1 match. Impressive work from the sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri. We go to 149. It's another ranked matchup as it's Ethan Miller in on a shot, no takedown awarded. A great job by Rooks, able to scramble out of that, and we're going to see the challenge brick from Alex Clemson.
Yeah, he thought otherwise. The Indiana bench, they liked what they saw, but things to discuss.
So the reaction time was just enough for Rooks to avoid getting taken down, so it's still 0-0. Great job from Miller, able to get in, but Rooks, great defense, and still no score at 149.
And here's Rooks looking much more offensive now.
Miller in once again. Single leg, shelving it on his knee. Trying to come back up. Wizard defense from Rooks.
And he's got Rooks off balance.
Yeah, Miller just trying to elevate and get around to that second angle. He throws his arm by. Rooks going for a split step position. Miller trying to lock up the near side cradle on the perimeter. Rooks able to fight out of it. Great defense again by the graduate student. And the officials call us out of bounds. Back to our feet in the middle. Ethan Miller this season 9-4, the redshirt sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri. 4-1 in duels, 1-1 in Big Ten duels. Got a win over number 24 ranked Finn Solomon when Maryland wrestled Pitt 7-3. Repeated the Cliff Keen invite. Rooks was in deep on a shot. Miller just tossed his hips right into him, and now Miller's right back behind trying to get the mat return. He trips Rooks down to the mat and gets the takedown.
Oh, nice flip.
And right into a tilt. He got a 2-on-1 on Rooks' arm. Went straight for the tilt. I don't think he got 4 swipes, but he did get 2. And after no score for almost 3 full minutes, in the last 30 seconds of action, Miller gets the takedown and gets 2 near fall points, and he'll be up 5-0 if this match were, or excuse me, if this period were to end. Ten seconds left at 149. And that is how we will end period 1.
Yeah, Maryland really setting the tone for this match. And Ethan Miller doing a nice job of being very physical with Graham Rooks.
Looks like we got some blood time for Miller, so he will get checked on.
As sophomores, so both of these guys underclassmen, and if you're already ranked as a sophomore, it's a good sign for the next few years for this Maryland program.
Graham Rooks, the brother of Caden Rooks, 12-5 on the season, 2-3 in duels. He's got a pair of major decisions. First at the Battle of the Citadel. He's a Southern Scuffle champ after he defeated Noah Castillo of Chattanooga in the semis. Won that match 2-1. He also beat Cody Bond of App State in the championship match in sudden victory 4-1. He got a late takedown in that one. Was one of 2 champions that at the Southern Scuffle invite that came out of there for Indiana. Dan Fongaro being the other one. Miller with the escape, so we're back on our feet. 1:12 and counting in the second period of action between Rooks and Miller. Miller with a 6-0 lead. Maryland up 8-4 in the early going of this dual meet in Wilkinson Hall in Bloomington, Indiana.
And Ethan Miller, he's the one initiating contact. He's the one controlling this dual matchup.
Both wrestlers still kind of just not really feeling each other out, but kind of trying to set up their shot, look for a prime opening. They both go hard collar ties. Miller posts on Rooks' head a couple of different times. Rooks answers with a hard collar tie of his own. Switches it off.
Yeah, both of these guys great at countering moves.
Heavy tie-ups on both ends for both of these guys. Miller inside, blast double, straight on double, and he drives through it and takes Rooks down to the mat. Beautiful shot from Ethan Miller, and he's up 9-0.
Yeah, Ethan Miller is fired up right now. Impressive takedown. And Graham Rooks, he's on the ropes right now.
Miller trying to finish this period on top, and he does. Impressive work from Ethan Miller. Already in major territory if you're the Terp.
You look at the replay, just threw Rooks on the ground, drove through his hips, and a nice, simple takedown from Ethan Miller.
Beautiful blast double. You lower your level, keep your head, and bury it right in your opponent's chest. Drove right through that like a freight train. And Rooks gets his first point of the bout, and it comes all the way in the third period of action. Miller ahead 9-1 with 1:40 and counting on the scoreboard. Riding time currently not a factor. It's in favor of Miller, 58 seconds, 2 seconds away from getting that 1-point advantage. But at this point, Miller hasn't been warned for stalling, just trying to finish this match out. Rooks, if you're in this situation, you really got to try and, yeah, you have to be aggressive. You got to try and set up your own shot.
Just over a minute remaining in this third period. Graham Rooks needs to find something quick, but Ethan Miller seems to not be letting up right now.
Graham Rooks went the furthest in the NCAAs that a Hoosier has gone since 2017 when Nate Jackson did it at 184. He got 8th that year. 3-time NCAA qualifier, 5th at the Big Tens. Ethan Miller qualified for the NCAAs last year, went 1-2. Defeated Alex Hagan of Ohio. He got 8th at the Big Tens. So again, 2 guys in just different journeys in their point in time in life here, Charlie. You got a graduate student and you got a redshirt sophomore. Just both of these two really trying to, if you're Rooks, you're trying to finish out your career really strong. If you're Miller, you're just trying to build upon the momentum that you set early on.
And Graham Rooks is ranked 3 spots higher than Miller.
Straight on double from Miller once again. Twice as nice for Ethan Miller. He's up 12-1. 10 seconds left at 1:49.
Oh, man.
Miller wrenching on that arm of Rooks. Went for the head lever tight waist, trying to get Rooks over onto his back. He's not going to have enough time to do so. But Maryland, after losing the first bout at 125, the Terps have won 3 straight. A 12-1 major decision for Ethan Miller.
Yeah.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Likes to just let North go. And so we will go back to our feet. Brayton Lee, obviously a master class in neutral wrestling. It's what he's been known for his entire career. We'll flip it over to Michael North, the 15-6 redshirt senior from Wadsworth, Ohio. This year, 4-1 in duels, 1-1 in Big Ten duels. He leads the team in pins with 5. Had a 4-2 decision over Jared Kessler of Pitt. Got 5th at the George Mason Open. One of the upperclassmen anchors for this Terp squad, Charlie.
Yeah, Michael North, he's ranked in this 157 weight class, 30th in the country. He's got a 15-6 record so far this season. And he's 1-1 in the Big Ten, looking for that second Big Ten victory here this afternoon. But Brayton Lee, rather, has got a comfortable lead.
North goes for a shot in space. Nice sprawl by Lee. He is in on the re-attack with the single leg, and he gets the takedown.
3 takedowns for Brayton Lee now.
Brayton Lee dominating this matchup at 157.
He's a maniac.
Lee keeping his foot in, obviously trying to burn a little bit more clock at this point in time before they do eventually go out of bounds. Lee with over 2 minutes of riding time in period 2. Up 9-2 right now over Michael North.
Yeah, Michael North has to dig deep. North, also a redshirt senior. He knows how this works. He's got to keep enough in the tank to fight through all 3 periods.
Lee with a 6-point advantage, obviously looking for one more takedown to get him over that hump and into major decision territory. Still has one more period to do just that. 30 seconds left in period 2. Man, these wrestlers just going at it at 157. Shot fakes, hard collar ties, posted on the head.
Yeah, probably the most physical matchup we've seen so far today. These guys are really battling right now.
Lee goes in on the single leg, trying to elevate, back trip. Nothing called yet. There's the takedown, and Lee's getting swipes. Got 2 swipes with the takedown right in front of his bench.
Like you said, entering major decision territory.
Listen to this ovation for Lee.
Brayton Lee, his first season with Indiana after spending 5 years in Minnesota, like you mentioned, Riley. And the crowd is loving every bit of it.
Indiana, remember, after winning 125, they've lost the last 3 bouts. Hoosier fans looking for something to cheer for here inside Wilkinson Hall. Nice shot from North, single leg.
And with Indiana down 12-4, this could really get the Hoosiers back on track.
You see Lee stuffing the head inside there. North doing a great job of hanging onto the leg. He's got to try and work outside, get half of the weight of Lee on him, not the full weight. You see he's sitting right in the middle there. Hard to really score on a guy when you've got his full weight of his hips right on you.
And a stoppage.
Back to our feet. 14-3 in favor of Lee. He is in major territory. Up 11. He'd be able to get one more takedown at this point in time. He would end with a tech fall, because remember, he's got 2 minutes, 14 seconds of riding time, so that would give him one more point, and that would get him the 15-point mark that he would need to reach.
A tech fall would be major for Indiana's hopes.
See Lee going at it. Both these wrestlers just physically exhausted, exerting all kinds of force right on him. You see Lee went in there on a shot. Nice sprawl back front headlock offense now for North.
Yeah, great counter from Michael North. Able to spin back.
And Charlie, these weight classes, 157 really to 184 is kind of my favorites to watch. It's where the rubber meets the road. It's where the speed of the lower guys meets the size and the strength and the bulkiness of the upper guys. Just so fun to watch.
Yes. You really see the physicality come out as the weight class increases. And this 157 has been a treat.
30 seconds left at 157. Maryland 12, Indiana 4. Brayton Lee up 14-3 over Michael North. Lee needs one takedown for a tech fall. North just trying to avoid giving up 5 points. And Lee will get warned for stalling as they dance outside. And wow, they're gonna hit him with 2 stallings in a row. So that's a point for Michael North. Wow, what a turn of events. They hit Lee with one stalling, they warned him, and then they hit him again. I don't think I've ever seen that. But nonetheless, a great match for Brayton Lee. He wins it over Michael North 14-4 and gets Indiana right back in this dual meet. 12-8 Terps lead. He will be going against A.J. Rodriguez, the 6'7" freshman from Mount Airy, Maryland. And I tell you what, Tyler Lillard is a ball of fire. So energetic, so flexible, so athletic, and definitely one of the wild and unorthodox styles of wrestling that we've seen, Charlie.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup for A.J. Rodriguez. He's just 6-7 on the season, and he's going up against a ranked Tyler Lillard, who's 14-4. So from what it looks like, Lillard might have the upper hand, but there's always a chance. Maryland winning so far in this contest. Let's see how Lillard performs in this first period.
Tyler Lillard 1-0 in duels this season. That was against Rutgers, where it was a 4-1 decision over Anthony White. One of the few wins that Indiana had in that Rutgers match. 2 major decisions, 3 tech falls on the season. He's pinned both Alex Hopper and Jaden Dobeck. Feeling out process at 165 between Lillard and Rodriguez. Sub 2 minutes to go in period 1. Maryland 12, Indiana 8 here inside Wilkinson Hall. Indiana's won 2 matches, Maryland has won 3.
And here we go, here's some action.
Rodriguez in deep on the peek through position. We've seen this, Lillard great in this position, so flexible and athletic. Trying to go for the funk roll. Rodriguez went for the trip, nothing doing. Precarious position on the edge of the mat.
And Rodriguez has to capitalize here. He has Lillard off balance.
Rodriguez, a 3rd attempt at a trip, nothing doing. And Lillard's able to collect Rodriguez's arm and get the whizzer down hard onto the mat.
Still has his leg off balance. It's uncomfortable for Lillard. Rodriguez starting to apply pressure.
And a stalemate called. Wow, how about that defense from Tyler Lillard?
Yeah, that's some of the best defense you'll see. He had one leg completely non-operational, still able to get out of that without any damage done.
A.J. Rodriguez in his first duel of the season. He's competed at the Southeast Open, the George Mason Open. Scratch that, he's 0-1 in duels, so trying to get back in the win column in terms of a dual meet perspective. Rodriguez with wins over Luca Pontone of Princeton, Aaron Ferguson, Kent State. Went to South Carroll High School as a team captain, 150-4, 95 pins, a 3-time state champion. He's teammates with fellow Maryland teammate now, Michael Pizzuto.
And now here's Lillard really starting to put the pressure on Rodriguez.
Rodriguez again in on a single leg. Lillard doing a great job just sprawling down, hips heavy and hard down to the mat. 10 seconds to go at 165. It's been a great job by Rodriguez, able to get to his offense early on, Charlie, get to that single leg. It's just the defense from Lillard that's preventing him from being able to finish those takedowns.
Yeah, I am impressed with Rodriguez. He's been able to get the looks he's wanted, but yeah, Riley, like you mentioned, Tyler Lillard has played some great defense in this first period.
Tyler Lillard, high school 2022 Ohio D2 state champ at 165. Last year was 13-9, 0-2 in duels. Competed in the summer this off-season rather, got 7th at 74 kilograms in freestyle at the U20 World Team Trials, and we've seen a lot of international wrestling on really both sides, but especially Indiana, as Rodriguez goes through a step-through Turk. Great defense from Lillard, able to dig the ankle and the leg out of Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez was a 3-time state champion in high school.
Lillard, hard whizzer. Kind of a pummel position here on the edge of the mat. Rodriguez with a couple underhooks, Lillard with a couple overs. And it looks like they get Rodriguez for stalling once again, so Lillard will be up 1-0. So even though Rodriguez has been in on a couple different shots, it's been Lillard that's been pushing the pace elsewhere.
Yep.
And he gets that push out on the edge of the mat. And he's in deep on a single leg, switches off to a double, gets around and gets the takedown. So after no score in period 1, Lillard quickly up 4-0.
And Lillard was working up to that takedown all through that first period, getting a gauge for the physicalness of Rodriguez, and finally able to take him down. And still a narrow 4-0 lead. Rodriguez still in this competition, no doubt. But the strength of Lillard just is relentless.
So it's Rodriguez that goes down. Lillard elects to cut him and let him back up to his feet. So we're back neutral with 1:08 and counting in the second period of action at 165. Tyler Lillard up 4-1 over A.J. Rodriguez.
Lillard hunting for another takedown here.
Locked up. You see the Indiana bench wanting another stalling call on Rodriguez as Lillard pushing the pace on the edge of the mat.
Leg.
He's got the single leg, elevating it up, shelving the leg on the knee. Lillard throws the arm by and gets another one.
And just so quick, able to let go of his leg and then gain control for the takedown in a split second. So athletic.
Lillard lets him up again. You know, obviously one of the best neutral wrestlers that we've seen. Goes underhook, went for the single leg, decides to come back to the other side for a front headlock. We go out of bounds.
And the defense for A.J. Rodriguez just hasn't been enough when Lillard is on the attack.
Rodriguez also in high school was a 2022-23 Baltimore Banner and VSN Upper Weight Wrestler of the Year. Also played football, which has transferable skills into wrestling if there was ever a couple sports that complemented each other very well, Charlie.
I would imagine defensive line and offensive line would give you the biggest boost in wrestling.
Absolutely, and that linebacker spot, that running back spot where you get your center of gravity really low. We enter the third period at 165. Tyler Lillard guarding a 5-point lead over A.J. Rodriguez. You can see Lillard discussing it with the coaches over there. You can tell that he is talking to them about, do I let him up again? Can I let him up neutral so I can try and get another takedown clearly where he's comfortable? And his coach is telling him, just ride him out. Just try and get on top and work better on top. That's one of the positions that Angel Escobedo is really talking about. They got to get better at the top position.
And Angel Escobedo has really started to transform this program. Last year, the Hoosiers were 8-5. The best record Indiana's had since 2015. And they're competing against a Maryland team that also one of the better teams in this Big Ten Conference.
8-5 last season. Had 3 Big Ten wins over Maryland, Rutgers, and Purdue, and that was the first time they beat Purdue since 15-16. The first time IU was ranked in the national polls since February of 2016. It was another stalling call on Rodriguez and a little bit of contact on the edge of the mat.
A little bit of extracurriculars going on. The crowd's loving it.
They came here to see some action.
Yes.
That's what you expect with Big Ten wrestling, Charlie. Get a lot of action, physicality, strength, speed, emotion.
Emotion, yes. And there's a lot of that come by the third period. Who wants it more?
Lillard in once again, trips on the edge of the mat, and they're going to say no takedown. I think that's a good call there by the official. Obviously, both wrestlers clearly way out of bounds. Lillard unable to keep his feet in. If he had just a little bit more mat, he would have been able to do it.
Yeah, but the aggressiveness is still there.
Straight on double by Rodriguez. Sprawl back front headlock defense from Lillard. Back up to the feet. Lillard with double underhooks. Rodriguez in this situation is just kind of get out of that. Got to fix your head position. That's not where you want to be. Lillard locking up, pummel position, trying to go for a big move. Dangerous position for both.
Rodriguez is not backing down.
30 seconds left at 165. A.J. Rodriguez and Tyler Lillard. Lillard with a 7-3 lead.
And Lillard just playing defense now. Or
Went
is
for the single leg again. Wizard defense from Rodriguez. Rodriguez running out of time. Lillard content just to hang out in this position, in a more offensive position. Lillard trying to come out the back, and that's going to do it at 165. Tyler Lillard doing a little bit of a celebration to the crowd. I think driving the car a little bit, a little dance move. We love to see it. Tyler Lillard gets the 7-3 decision. Zava, DJ Washington, 11-2, 3-1 in duels, known for his absolutely electric style of wrestling. Big throws, a lot of points. This season, 2 major decisions, 5 tech falls, which leads the team. He's got a pair of pins as well. First at the Sheridan Invite, second at the Southern Scuffle. Got a major decision, 2 pins, and a decision in that tournament. Last year, 25-9, 10-3 in duels. He had 17 bonus point victories, a 3-time NCAA qualifier. He's going up against Dominic Solis, the 5-3 junior from Laurel, Maryland, the team captain for this Maryland squad. He's a 3-time team captain this year, 2-1 in duels, including a 6-3 win over David Ferrante of Northwestern. Competed at the Tiger Style Invite.
Yeah, and Dominic Solis, he was out for 2 months with an injury. He recently came back on the 14th, so we're very happy to see Dominic Solis back and healthy and competing in Big Ten play. And it's not easy against a DJ Washington, a 3-time NCAA qualifier. He's got 18 career pins. He is a tough matchup for anybody in the country.
Single leg shot from Solis, trying to double off and come through the side there. Didn't go for the peek through, tried to kept his head on the outside. Washington just trying to hold on. It's hand fighting in this situation. At this point, both wrestlers have 2 ankles. It's who can elevate quicker, but stalemate called, and it's a reset. Again, you mentioned the injury for Solis. Again, at this point in time, both teams, all teams in the Big Ten and across college wrestling, just trying to keep their wrestlers as healthy as possible, dealing with injuries, dealing with bumps and bruises. It's what you're going to get, especially in the Big Ten Conference, where the physicality and the, just the intense nature of the conference doesn't rest for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's grueling. The Big Ten is one of the most hard-nosed, smash-mouth conferences of wrestling we see in this country, and Penn State's the ringleader of that, recently defeating Indiana 46-0. A powerhouse, as are so many other teams.
Penn State ranked #1 according to Intermat, and again, you mentioned just the dominance. Cale Sanderson, head coach there in his 14th season, I believe. He's won 10 national championships in that time. Can you believe that, Charlie?
Incredible. It's just incredible.
Going for his 11th this season, and they're in a pretty solid position to do that. Washington goes straight on double. Nice defense from Solis. Body lock position. You don't want to be upstairs with DJ Washington. We've seen this so many times. Every time DJ gets locked around the body and with his opponents, whenever there's a pummel position in that situation that could end up being a throw, you see the crowd here in Wilkinson Hall kind of sit up in their seats a little bit.
And this first period about to end. Waiting for Washington or Solis to make a move.
And you can kind of tell it's just a feeling out process between these two. We've seen a couple shots from both of them going into the second period anyway. But I would expect the fireworks to start coming quickly.
The second period will be huge. Both guys going to get gauged for each other in that first period, but it's down to business now.
Solis, as a junior, finished 7th at the Big Ten Championships. He had wins over Garrett Ninehouse, DJ Shannon, and Connor O'Neill as Washington gets up and gets the escape. He's up first 1-0 at 174. Didn't qualify for the NCAAs his junior year, did Solis, but he did his sophomore year. Went to McDonough High School, was 154 and 34 in that time. 3-time Missouri State champion. Precarious position for both wrestlers here. We've seen it before. Tied up on the ankles, and neither one of them really looking to elevate in that position, just trying to hand fight and get into a better spot. It's great defense, or great offense rather, there from Solis once again. He's been able to get in on those shots, but again, the defense, just like we saw from Lillard, same thing with Washington here at 174.
Dominic Solis coming off a major decision loss against Rocco Welsh of Ohio State, 14-4 loss. So Solis trying to get back in the win column and extend this Maryland lead. It's a narrow 12-11 lead for the Terrapins. And every matchup matters now.
Solis with an underhook. DJ went for the duck unders, the same shot that he was able to get against Central Michigan. Solis ready for it. DJ Washington coming off a Tech Fall loss, 15-0 to Jackson Turley of Rutgers. He did not compete against Penn State. Kind of dealing with a little bit of an injury here and there. Talked to him before the broadcast, said he's feeling good, feeling a lot better. Obviously good to see, when you get into these conference duels, Charlie, it's a lot more of it's a marathon, not a sprint. You don't want to get burnt out too quickly because you want to be able to wrestle as many of those as possible.
You need guys to stay healthy through the course of a season.
Hard collar ties at the end of that. Washington and Solis doing a little bit of talking.
Yeah.
Washington with that one minor and slight 1-point lead over Solis.
We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty this third period.
Third period of action, caution on Washington, kind of giving a nod to the official. He knows that he went a little bit early. And now
maybe frustration building on that mat.
it's kind of the mind games there when you get down there. It's kind of a little bit more of a niche thing about the sport, Charlie. But if you know one of your guys has, if the other guy has a caution already in that top-bottom position, you might try and jump a little bit early to get them to jump, and then you get another caution, and then you're one away from getting a point.
There's always a game within the game.
Switch from Solis, nothing doing. Great job to stay behind, and on top is Washington. Back to the middle.
Dominic Solis on bottom position once again.
DJ Washington with the Portage High School is a two-time IHSAA state champion, or state placer rather, and another caution from Washington. Got to be careful now because if you get one more, that'll be a point for Solis. Interesting to see how Washington and really Indiana plays this situation. Solis up and out. Trying to cut down. Washington staying behind, went for the switch. They're not gonna call, oh, they are gonna give Solis the escape.
Wow.
Or no, they aren't. It looked like the official held up both of his hands that would signal neutral position, but it's Solis that's still on bottom, and Clemson and company, I think, have a little bit of a gripe with that one. Have a solid argument with it. Solis cuts away, and there's the point for Solis. So now it comes down to the nitty-gritty, as you mentioned, Charlie. Ride time not a factor, just 21 seconds in favor of Washington. That's not going to be enough to get him the ride time bonus. So with this last minute 20, it's going to be who's going to be able to get that one takedown. We've seen Solis get in a couple times. We've seen Washington go for a couple. It's going to be who can elevate and go from shooting a takedown to finishing the takedown.
Who can shoot and grab the legs the quickest.
Heavy head pressure from both wrestlers. Shot fake from Solis. DJ Washington competed in the offseason, got second at 86 kilograms in freestyle at the U23 World Team Trials. Went 2-2 at the NCAAs last year, 8th at the Big Tens. He had 5 ranked wins. Snap down from Washington. Back up to the feet. 40 seconds left at 174. Air getting harder and harder to breathe here in Wilkinson Hall. Maryland guarding a 1-point lead on the team score over Indiana. 1-1. Washington and Solis. Washington straight on double. Got to pop the head out. Try to get around the corner. Solis doing a great job on the defensive end. Holding on for dear life. 15 seconds left, and there's the takedown.
Wow.
In the final seconds at 174, Washington goes straight on double, and he's gonna win this bout at 174. How about that? And give it a little stare down to Solis as well. And with that win, Indiana jumps back in front over Maryland 14-12. Rogatsky 16-9 on the year, 2-3 in duels. 3 major decisions, which leads the team. 7 pins. Got third at the Battle of the Citadel. Milnick 1-4 in duels this season, 0-2 in Big Ten duels. Trying to get a notch in the win column in conference duels here. 4th at Tiger Style Invite.
Rogatsky of Indiana coming off a major decision loss against Penn State, where he fell 13-4 in that matchup. Here he is at home, trying to extend an Indiana lead.
So we see some hand fighting from both wrestlers immediately. Rogatsky with a hard collar tie. Goes into the front headlock position. Milnick keeping a hold of that arm. He gets in on the single leg. Rogatsky doing a good job of pressuring the hips down. Milnick just trying to power the leg up of Rogatsky. And nothing really happening here as we get back up. Great defense from Rogatsky.
Yeah. Able to shield off his legs, so Milnick wasn't able to grab hold of him for a potential takedown. Nicely done.
Chase Milnick this season, he's got a handful of losses to ranked opponents, including a 5-1 loss to number 15 Jaden Bullock of Michigan, a 4-2 loss to Troy Fisher of Northwestern. Get in that situation, you kind of see that 5-1 is a 4-point differential, 4-2, 2-point differential. You're right there with the best ranked guys really in your weight class at 184. Milnick just building that confidence to where when he encounters him again, he might be able to win a couple of those matches.
Yeah, and Chase Milnick is 0-8 in his Big Ten dual matchups, looking and searching for that first victory. He's had a hard time as of late.
Roman Rogatsky, 4th at the Sheridan Invite. He goes straight on double. Great defense from Milnick, locking around the legs. Rogatsky comes out the back door, trying to really get some near fall points here. Had no control. Precarious position, kind of a semi-cradle here from Rogatsky. We've seen him get in some of those precarious positions like he did against Ryder.
Rogatsky almost had him for a pin.
Pressuring on the ankles of Milnick. Milnick doing a great job of holding onto the leg of Rogatsky. Still has not given up a takedown yet. 10 seconds left in period 1. Peek through position now for Milnick. He comes out the back door. Rogatsky in on a single leg. Crackdown position. No score. Wow, what a scramble to end period 1.
I mean, incredible effort from Milnick. Able to fend off Rogatsky. And we're still tied at 0 entering the second period. What a way to end the first. Those last 30 seconds. My goodness.
As Rogatsky starts bottom, Milnick on top. We got a stacked lineup of Big Ten wrestling matches next weekend. It all kicks off Friday on the Big Ten Network. Michigan at Ohio State at 7, Iowa at Illinois at 9. On Big Ten Plus, you can catch Wisconsin and Michigan State. They're in East Lansing at 7 o'clock. Nebraska at Northwestern at 8 as Rogatsky gets the escape. Saturday it continues on Big Ten Plus. Minnesota at Rutgers at 1, Purdue at Indiana at 7. The rivalry matchup here inside Wilkinson Hall a week from yesterday. Sunday, January 28th, wraps it up. Big Ten Network action. It's a doubleheader. Penn State at Maryland at noon. Nebraska at Wisconsin at 2. And Big Ten Plus, you'll catch Iowa at Northwestern at 3 o'clock. All action on the Big Ten Network and Big Ten Plus. And Rogatsky gets the takedown. Rogatsky's been working it all match, trying to lock up the leg, kind of hook the ankle to get the Turk. He's up 4-0 with 55 seconds left in period 2 at 184. Weird position there for Rogatsky, and it's Milnick that's able to get around, elevate the leg, get around, and get the reversal. Critical reversal for Milnick with 40 seconds left in period 2.
Yeah, nice job by Milnick, staying alive right now. And here he is, he's got top position on Rogatsky right now.
And we will go out of bounds. Rogatsky will be down, Milnick on top. Rogatsky with a 2-point lead at 184. If you're just joining us, Maryland won the first 4 bouts, and we came out of intermission with fireworks as Tyler Lillard got a 7-3 decision over A.J. Rodriguez. Again, more scrambling here at 184, and then it was D.J. Washington that got a 4-1 decision over Dom Solis. Indiana was able to jump ahead, and now they're up 14-12. No takedown yet for Rogatsky. Milnick still holding on to it, and now a reversal for Rogatsky. And he's got the swipes too. He got the reversal and the swipes in the final seconds of period 2. Buzzer beater for Rogatsky, and he's telling the crowd to get up.
Rogatsky just has an upper hand right now on Milnick, and the crowd is loving every bit of it.
Major territory for Roman Rogatsky. Rogatsky throws a leg in and trying to collapse the hand on the far side. Grabbing it up, he's got one leg dug in. Wrapping Milnick's arm and trapping it behind his back, going for the wing. At this point in time, you're up by 8 points, trying to just work to get a turn at this point in time, or at least make it look like you're doing so, just to kind of salt this match away. If you're Milnick, you got to try and dig Rogatsky's leg out to get back up, get the escape, and get to your offense.
And both of these sidelines are just so into it.
Milnick wrestled at VMI his first season in college. 9 matches, he had 5 wins, 2 decisions, 2 tech falls. Funky looking position here as Rogatsky just trying to hang on, and they finally just let Milnick go. 55 seconds at 184. Rogatsky trying to make it 2 straight wins for Indiana, rather 3. Single leg attempt from Milnick. Front headlock defense from Rogatsky. 40 seconds left.
And if Rogatsky is able to get a major decision, that would really set up Gabe Sellers nicely against Jackson Smith of Maryland, who's 5th in the country.
Rogatsky peeked through position. Milnick rolls through. Each wrestler is going to have an ankle. It's going to be a race to the top. Rogatsky can just kind of hang out here if he wants to. 10-3, 10 seconds left. Rogatsky trying to get some near fall points. Nothing doing. Milnick just holding on, and it's a 3-point takedown for Rogatsky. They give it to him in the final seconds. Are you kidding me?
At the buzzer.
13-3, Roman Rogatsky, a major decision. And Indiana's up 18-12. Thanks, Ava, and here we go. It's Jackson Smith, the number 5 ranked wrestler in the country at 197, going against Gabe Sollers. Jackson Smith, 10-2 on the season, the redshirt sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia. Gabe Sollers, the redshirt freshman from Evansville, Indiana. Sollers 17-8 on the season, as Charlie mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the leader in all of NCAA Division I college wrestling in pins with 11.
Yeah, this is the most anticipated matchup of the afternoon. And both of these wrestlers have wasted no time getting after it in this first period.
Smith, you see a couple times trying to go for that inside trip, kind of trapping Sollers' arms. Again, I always describe the 197s every single time, Charlie's like 2 Rams locking horns, just so strong and so athletic and compact.
Yeah, because the strength is there, but so is the agility. And to open up this first period, both of these guys searching for a takedown off the rip.
As Sollers is in on a single leg, trying to shelf it up. Hard, heavy whizzer from Smith. 1:50 left in period 1 at 197. Sollers trying to keep Smith in, pulling him back to the center. Trying to collect the ankles, nothing doing. Great defense. Split step from Smith. No takedown. What a sequence.
Wow. Yeah, Jackson Smith was off balance big time there. Credit to Gabe Sollers initiating contact and pulling on that leg.
Jackson Smith 5-0 in duels this year, 2-0 in Big Ten duels. He got second at the Cliff Keen Invite. 5 ranked wins, including number 29 ranked Bobby Strigo of Michigan. Jackson Smith was the only Terrapin to win a match against both Michigan and, Ohio State. The pound-for-pound best wrestler on this Maryland squad. He's also got wins over number 3 ranked Tanner Salone of San Diego State, number 9 Luke Serber of Oklahoma State. Action all over the place between both of these two. You know, even though you see that number 5 ranked number right in front of Jackson Smith, if you're Gabe Sollers, you're not backing down at this point. He's not giving an inch.
Absolutely not. Sollers a 41-15 career record. He feels like he belongs right there with Smith.
Angelo Escobedo was talking about Gabe Sollers in our interview earlier this week and said that he's learned a lot from, wrestling and Aaron Brooks, wrestling John Poznansky of Rutgers, just learning what ranked wrestlers like that, just learning their style, learning different things that they do well that he needs to improve his game in his young career. 10 seconds left, period 1, 197, Sollers and Smith. 18-12, Indiana over Maryland. 2 matches left to decide us here in Wilkinson Hall. Period 1 comes to an end, scoreless at 197.
And it's interesting, for the amount of action we saw in those 3 minutes, for it still to be scoreless is incredible. Both of these guys have incredible defense. They know the moves they want to get to, and they're still working on a first takedown. They're building up to it.
Sollers trying to stick with Smith. Smith doing a great job exploding out immediately. Beautiful stand up and cut down there from Smith, and he's ahead 1-0. Gabe Sollers 2-3 in duels this season. First at the Battle of the Citadel, 3rd at the Sheridan Invite, 7th at the Keystone Classic. Got 4th at the Southern Scuffle, pair of pins and decisions. He's run into some tough ranked wrestlers. We mentioned Brooks, we mentioned Poznansky. Lost 13-3 to Stephen Buchanan at the Southern Scuffle in the semis. He's also tied now with the amount of pins that he had last year when he led the team. He had 11 last year in his first year in an Indiana uniform. We go out of bounds, and the Indiana bench wanting a stall warning on Smith. Sollers has been really pushing the pace in this entire matchup, really, Charlie.
Yeah, he really has been. Gabe Sollers does not shy away from any sort of physical touch. He welcomes it, and he's really trying to find that takedown, but Jackson Smith is too strong.
Jackson Smith, front headlock on the edge of the mat, far side, out of bounds. And it's Sollers that's gonna get warned for stalling.
Wow.
Wow, what a call. You can tell that the Indiana crowd does not like that at all, but he's kind of determined that Sollers just backed up over there, I guess, and the official warning him for stalling. So, man, Sollers trying to get Smith warned for stalling, ends up getting warned himself. Will that end up paying dividends and be the critical difference in the latter half of this match? 27 seconds and counting in period 2. 1 point advantage for Jackson Smith.
And this is such a tough matchup for Gabe Sollers. Jackson Smith 5-0 in duels this season.
Beautiful ankle pick there from Smith. Defense from Sollers. Great work, able to keep scrambling out of that. Smith had a great ankle pick in there, had Sollers' ankle hooked nice and tight, and it was Sollers that was able to kick out of that. It's called a mule kick. Kicking out of that, scrambles away from it, and prevents the takedown. Here we go, period 3. Crowd getting into it in Wilkinson Hall. 1 point advantage for the number 5 ranked Jackson Smith, as Gabe Sollers will take bottom.
The Hoosiers up 18-12. This is a big matchup for Jackson Smith, trying to propel the Terrapins back in this contest.
Here we go, Jackson Smith not really committing to a ride. We're back on our feet neutral. 1:45 in the 3rd period at 197. Indiana 18, Maryland 12 on the team score. 1-1, Smith and Sollers. Heavy collar ties from both. Slide by attempt from Smith. Smith goes underhook. There's the warning for stalling on Smith.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna, so it looked like they already hit Smith with stalling. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think they warned Smith yet for stalling, so they corrected that. So each wrestler has now been warned for stalling. The next one on either side will be a point for the other. Smith goes for the high C. Sollers, front headlock on the edge of the mat. 56 seconds left, stalemate call. Listen to how fired up this crowd is.
Yeah, Jackson Smith caught a break there. Sollers had a strong grip, the front headlock. In this third period, just 45 seconds remain.
Smith posts on the head. Sollers answers with a hard collar tie, driving into it. 35 seconds left at 197. What are we gonna see?
And Jackson Smith starting to look a little tired.
Sollers trying to pull off the upset of his career. He drives forward, keeps the leg, no score yet. 23 seconds left. On the edge, precarious position. Sollers tries to collect the leg, nothing doing. And Angel Escobedo's gonna throw the challenge brick, my goodness.
Wow.
Smith was sat to his butt, so they're looking at both of them, and they're gonna say no takedown.
Yeah, it wasn't past a 45-degree angle.
1-1, 15 seconds left, 197, Smith and Sollers. A bout that could go to overtime.
I'd love to see that.
Shot fakes on both sides. No wrestler gonna commit to anything. We've got bonus wrestling at 197.
The first time we're seeing it this afternoon, and it comes with one of the most anticipated matchups, Jackson Smith and Gabe Sollers.
Remember, any score wins it here in sudden victory. Both wrestlers have been warned for stalling. So if another wrestler, either one, is called for stalling and the other one is awarded a point, that will end it. Sollers driving through. It's Smith that shoots a double. Nothing. Back to the middle.
Yeah, both of them wanting to stay on the offensive as much as they can.
I tell you what, Sollers looks incredibly focused. Smith just trying to stay in this match. Both wrestlers exhausted, expending a lot of energy. Sollers has the number 5 ranked wrestler on the ropes. Drive through, and there's the takedown. It's Smith that went for the duck under and scored.
And that's why he's ranked 5th in the country for his weight class.
Wow, what a match. And you can hear the boos echoing around here inside Wilkinson Hall. And you remember, Angel Escobedo already used the challenge brick. You cannot challenge the takedown now because you lost the challenge. So therefore, it is Jackson Smith with a dunk under the last second. Beautiful job, duck under in space. They call that a super duck in a lot of different places. And Smith, after getting pushed to the absolute limit by the unranked redshirt freshman Gabe Sollers.
And this was probably
pulls it off.
One of the best efforts I've seen so far today. Just a complete battle. We got to see bonus wrestling. And Indiana faithful not happy.
Graduate student from Clovis, California, taking on Nick Willem, who's bumping up this season from 197 to heavyweight, 4-6 on the year. Graduate student as well from Greenwood, Indiana. Willem 1-1 in duels this season. That one duel that he wrestled, it was a pin. Neville's 2-1 with one of his wins coming over number 27 ranked Josiah Hill of Little Rock.
And keep in mind, Seth Neville's was a transfer from Penn State. Now in this Maryland program.
You're absolutely right, Charlie. Spent 4 seasons at Penn State, 22-7, 13-4 in duels in that time. He played football for a season as well at Penn State. kind of saw the writing on the wall with #1 ranked Greg Kirkvliet taking over that spot this season and locking it down. So he transfers to Maryland, and here he is in a Terrapin singlet trying to carve his way into one of his last seasons in college wrestling. He went to Clovis High School as a 4-year team captain, 169-1, only lost 1 match in high school, 4-time state champ. And he was ranked #10 in his prep career, according to Flow Wrestling. As part of his personal life, he lives with his wife, Arissa, in Maryland. His oldest brother, Zach, wrestled at Stanford. His older brother, Nick, was an All-American at Penn State.
And this is Nick Willem's first season as a heavyweight in that 285 category. And this is no easy matchup with Seth Nevels, ranked 23rd in that 285 class.
And here's what's interesting, Charlie, is if Nevels is able to win this match by decision, we would have a tie, and we would go to tiebreaker criteria for the 2nd year in a row between these two programs. Nick Willem last year wrestled at 197, was 17-10, 4-3 in duels, 3 major decisions, a pin. He was the first NCAA alternate at 197, 10th at the Big Tens. Wrestled in the offseason, got 4th at 92 kilograms at the U23 World Team Trials. Greenwood High School product, 2019 IHSAA runner-up. And he competed in the 2019 Freestyle State. 30 seconds left in period 1 at the heavyweights. The dual meet coming down to this inside Wilkinson Hall.
And these guys haven't been able to fight on the ground yet, still feeling each other out now in this first period. And now here's Willem becoming a bit more aggressive as this first period comes to a close. Yeah, nicely done.
And the first period comes to a close. Goose eggs on the board for both of these heavyweights. And it's Wilhelm that will go down to start the period. As you can kind of see, Wilhelm is natural rate more at that 197 spot, but he's really bulked up in a big way. But you look at those two, you know, standing next to each other from up here, from where we're seeing them, Charlie. You know, it's kind of like the basketball thing. You know, they kind of just look normal size. When you're standing next to them, I tell you what, they are giants of men.
I agree with you.
And it's Willem that's able to get the escape. It's a great job by Nevels initially, but now, all of a sudden, Willem was able to explode out and get the escape. As the match is stopped. Last year took the program to new heights, 8-5, 3 Big Ten wins against Maryland, Rutgers, and Purdue. Since Angel Escobedo has taken over, and this has been statistically proven, Charlie, attendance has more than doubled for wrestling meets here inside Wilkinson Hall.
And when you have a guy like Angel Escobedo who played in this program, he was a wrestler for Indiana, it makes the community revolve around you and rally around you so much more. And I think that's the biggest reason we've seen attendance double, is because they got a guy that played for this same program.
Wrestler from 2007 to 2010. He won the 2008 NCAA title at 125 pounds, 3-time Big Ten champion. Program's only 4-time All-American. He's a member of Team USA. After he graduated, he got 5th at the 2013 World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Got 2nd at the 2015 Pan Am Games. Amazing competitive and coaching experience on both sides.
Yeah.
25 seconds left in period 2 at heavyweight. Nick Wilhelm and Seth Nevels going at it, locking horns here to decide the fate of this duel. Wilhelm with a minor 1-point lead over Nevels. Wilhelm trying to really pummel in there and get that underhook. Wilhelm pushing Nevels out to the edge of the mat. Nevels has got to do something here, and Nevels is going to get warned for stalling.
How about that? Nick Wilhelm, just so much power and force, driving Nevels out of the circle and gets a stalling call.
And then that's how we end period 2. And again, something critical there that I want to point out, Charlie. It wasn't Wilhelm just straight pushing Nevels out of bounds, because that would have been a warning for stalling on Wilhelm. Wilhelm was circling around, looking for a takedown and everything like that, being on the offensive, not just pushing him out of bounds, and that's why Nevels got hit for stalling. Wilhelm trying to put down the heavy hips of Nevels, and Wilhelm content just to let Nevels go. 1-1. 1:45 left in period 3. This meet between Maryland and Indiana coming down to the heavyweights. The Hoosiers with 18, the Terps with 15.
It all comes down to this right here. 90 seconds remain.
Shot fake from Nevels. Collar ties from both. They break out of it, reset. Hand fighting tied up on the fingers at center mat. Dueling inside the Indiana logo. Snap down from Wilhelm, pushing the pace. Comes in with a hard collar tie with his right hand. Nevels hanging on the head. Wilhelm goes for a double. Snap down from Wilhelm. Collar tie from Nevels. 55 seconds left at heavyweight. Nevels in on a single leg, trying to double off. Wilhelm gets the leg of his own, elevates, trying to trip, takes him down. There it is! Nick Wilhelm with a takedown with short time left at heavyweight. Oh my goodness! Nick Wilhelm with a chance to win this dual meet in dramatic fashion for his team.
Just incredible, showing up when it matters most. Nick Wilhelm, incredible takedown. He was able to successfully get the trip on Nevels after getting him off balance.
Nevels gets away and gets the escape. 30 seconds left.
And Nevels still alive.
A takedown would win it for Nevels. You're absolutely right. Collar ties on both sides. Wilhelm just trying to survive. Nevels a shot fake, nothing doing. Wilhelm circling around, sprawls back. 13 seconds. Nick Wilhelm gets it done for Indiana and brings Wilkinson all up. Screaming to the crowd. Indiana wins it at the buzzer, the very last match, 21-15.
And Nick Wilhelm is fired up right now with his teammates, taking down a ranked Seth Nevels. Incredible performance to cap this contest off, and a great fight from both sides.